guess my name is Stephanie Vance. I am the founder of Advocacy Associates, and I've been in Washington, D.C. for 25 years, which I know is shocking because I look so young, right? Come on, people. That's good. Nah, Joe's got it down. So I come at this from the perspective of a congressional staff person. I was a person who was mainly being advocated at. So I'm just going to give you a few tips in that area. I know that we've gone through some of these before, so I'm not going to repeat. But I do want to start out with a quick quiz. And there's prizes. So if you give me an answer, you'll win a prize. It doesn't have to be a right answer. It's just any words that come out of your mouth. All right, so how many bills do you think are introduced in a 2-year congressional session? 6 was wrong, but you can still win a prize? 600. Okay, so by the way, when you win a prize, it's one of these, an elephant or a donkey. Now, you don't have to out yourself as to which one you prefer. You can always say you're taking the other one to have your dog chew on it or something. All right, so 6, you're going to be able to come up and get a prize. I'm not... Okay, yeah, 6, you can just come up and get your prize. Not at this moment, but we'll leave it there. Who said 600? Also not right, but you can still get a prize. Someone quick say 10,000. Oh my gosh, wow, all right. 10,000, I'm gonna go with you guys over here. So 10,000 bills introduced, what percentage actually pass? 5% is not right, but say 4%. Okay, I don't have that many prizes. It's about 4%. So what happens to the other 96%? They don't pass, right? Okay. Of the 4% that pass, what percentage are about renaming post offices and federal buildings? It's not 100, but that was a good answer. So it's about 33%. So when you look at those numbers, you think like, man, that's not good. But I want you to switch your framework about how you think about government. Government, or particularly Congress, is not the institution that's supposed to pass legislation. It's supposed to fight and argue and deliberate about legislation. It's actually designed to be completely and totally inefficient. Who thinks it does an excellent job of that, right? So if you ever read Federalist number 10, which I suggest if you'd like to get into it, actually, Madison said, let's set up a system of government that doesn't work. Now, the only way that things get through the process is when you all are out there advocating. It takes an average of 7 years, and I heard you mention 7 years, to get a bill through the process. So that's why your voices are so critically important and why you'll continue to be advocating on these issues for a while to come. All right. I got a beautifully airbrushed picture, so I had to put it up there. Ooh, all right. So the app. So I know many of you are using the app. I'm not going to go into all of the details on the app, but if you have questions, Katie and Kurt are up at the front. You can also ask me, and I will try to answer them. But they're the smart techno-gadget people. But basically, all the things we've been talking about, learning about your legislators, making sure you know the asks, all of that's available through the app. So take a prowl through that, and do let us know if you've got any questions on it. Just quickly, what you bring to the policy table are your stories, why the asks are important to you, and how to find the team. Now, for the stories, Joe gave you a great outline. I also do something similar, which I call woo them, wow them, win them. Woo, wow, win. Say that 10 times fast. Ready? Woo, wow, win. Woo, wow, win. Okay, stop. So woo them is to make sure that you're kind of like drawing them in. So an example would be there are over 7,000 rare diseases, like a good way to start. Wowing them would be to have them say like, wow, I didn't know that. So 95% of those diseases have no cures. So that would be a way to raise that. And then win them is here's how you, congressperson or staff person, can help us address this issue. And that's where you make your asks. So woo them, wow them, win them. Another way to think about developing your message along the lines of what Joe had mentioned. What you don't need to stress about is the legislative process. Does everyone remember Schoolhouse Rock? You want to sing with me? I'm just a bill, just a lonely old bill, and I'm okay, never mind. I loved Schoolhouse Rock, and I loved the end when it became a law. And I was so excited. It's a law now. And my mom would come home and be like, really? This is what you're excited about? But you don't have to worry about the appropriations level of such and such or the number of committees it's gone through or what. If you forget the bill number, that's okay. Just say, I don't know, but I'll get back to you. And then what do? Yes, people skip that step, but do that, right? Just say, I don't know. Let's practice saying, I don't know. Are you ready? I don't know. Yes, and you threw that, a prize for you. Outstanding. All right. This is a message formula, which I'm happy to help spell out to you a little later, but we've already gone through a lot of this, so I don't want to stress it too much. Quickly on who you're meeting with, some notes about the staff. So a lot of you will be meeting with staff. It's better to meet with the staff than the member, quite frankly, often. Meeting with the member is often a grip and grin. Right? It's a, hey, how you doing? Good to see you. Hey, how you doing? Good to see you. Hey, how you doing? Good to see you. It's a grip and grin. And it's nice, and you get your picture, but if you want to have a substantive conversation, it's really good to meet with the staff. They have more expertise, they have more time, and they are the ones that the member of Congress is going to call when he or she is running down to the floor and say, hey, the Open Act, am I for that or against that? And the staff person will say, you're for that, Congressman, and then they'll go down and vote that way. The main difference in talking with them is pronouns. So instead of saying, will you co-sponsor this bill, you'd say, will the representative co-sponsor this bill? All of the research you've done about the representative, their party, their committees, their interests, that applies to the staff people. The staff people are like appendages of the legislator. So, and you'll see some mock legislative meetings that I think will help drive that point home. Couple of concerns. A lot of times we're concerned about talking to legislators who disagree. Agree to disagree is a great phrase to practice. If you go and you hate them and they're awful and they're terrible people, don't tell them that. But still go, because at least you will be taking up their time. Time they can be using to do horrible things to other people, you will be there taking it up. But do try and get them, we talked about, to a small yes, such as joining the caucus is a great idea. Don't worry about them being mean to people of a different party. They're usually caring more about constituency than party. They want to know you're a constituent or that you represent constituents. You're worried that you might look foolish. Don't worry. They don't expect you to be policy experts. They want you to be the expert on the thing you are an expert on, which is your story. You'll say something that will ruin it for everyone else. There's rarely anything you can say or do besides being rude, or as one group I talked to had a reception and one of their advocates went and drank 4 glasses of wine and then yelled at the member of Congress. Don't do that. Other than that, you're pretty good. Perhaps most important in this is to have a little bit of fun. Okay, this is a democracy democracy made live, democracy that you're participating in. And so don't make it, feel like a trip to the dentist. Sorry if there's any dentists in the room. It's really supposed to be an enjoyable process. And as a politician once said, in order to move a no to a yes, you need to get a maybe in between. Any guesses as to who that was? Anyone? Frank Underwood. Does anyone watch House of Cards? Yep. All right, so thank you all so much. I hope these tips were useful, and I'll be around for the rest of the day.